Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Okay, so today we have Shloka 10.11 of the chapter The Opulence of the Absolute. Tesham evanukampartham aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atma bhavasto jnanadipena bhasvata. Translation: to show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. So here, Lord is talking about the devotees. I mean, he's talking about the people who are constantly devoted to the Lord. So these are in the instructions. So let's get into detail. We'll take what His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu and Srila Prabhupada have explained in their lectures. So, so here His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu explains. He says that Tesham evanukampartham, to them I will show special mercy, right? To those people who are devoted to Him. Aham ajnana jam tamaha, whatever darkness is born of ignorance. And Tesham evanukampartham, to them I will show special mercy. Aham ajnana jam tamaha, whatever darkness is born of ignorance. Nashayami atma bhavastho, nashayami, I will destroy, dispel. Atma bhavasto, I am situated in their heart. And how this will be achieved? Jnana deepena bhasvata, by the glow, by the torchlight of knowledge. So this is how it will be achieved. The darkness will be removed, eradicated in the hearts of those devotees who are devoted to Him, those souls who are devoted to Him. Because Lord is situated in everyone's heart. But those who are devoted to Him, He will destroy this ignorance which was existing there, and by the glow torchlight of knowledge, this will be removed, this ignorance will be removed. So out of ignorance, darkness is born. This is the analogy is being made, and this is the special mercy of the Lord. So Prabhu explains that when light goes off, he gives an example. There is darkness; it confuses us, right? So the moment light goes off, we rush to So Prabhu explains that. So when light goes off and there is darkness in a room, it confuses us, right? And therefore we immediately rush to the switchboard, turn the lights on using battery or backup. But that is our external world, right? So there is darkness in the external world, and this is how we are reacting to this darkness in a room or maybe wherever we are. So, but we don't think much about our inner world, right? We are in the fix of things, right, in our daily grind, in our life, and becomes a habitual habit. We're not really bothered about our inner environment, inner world, deep inside his body. So our inner world is enveloped and encapsulated and bound in darkness. So here, binding or bound in darkness means from the darkness suddenly we will have some nasty material desire pop up, and some negative feeling will come up, or some doubt comes up. So, and this troubles or torments us and drains out our energy and ultimately defeats us. We succumb to the desire, whatever compulsion we are compelled to act or do or think. And we don't know what is good for us, what is bad for us. Above all, we don't even know what all is there in our heart. So when we say this, we are talking about that this is not our first material life. This is not our first life. We have been in this world again and again. We have gone through this cycle of birth and death, and through all these lives, we have accumulated our past life karma, both material desires, good and bad. Um, the reactions of past lives karma, the reaction to that, which is also stored in our heart. So all this is the ignorance which is being talked about here. All the impressions from our past lives, they cover our soul, the spiritual soul, in and this they encapsulate or bind us, and we don't know what is our internal one. So this is what being talked about when we say what we don't even know what is in our heart. And when some emotions appear, we cannot even identify that they are our enemies. And so we know that Bhagavad Gita explains that we have 6 enemies, right, of the mind: lust, anger, greed, illusion, and fear. So whatever appears from within us, we think that it is my emotion, and therefore I must act on it. We don't really bother to think that whatever thought or desire is coming, is it right or wrong, or we don't get into detail. We don't really bother about um, is it beneficial for us practicing spirituality? Maybe, maybe not all the time. So we don't know. We just act thinking it's like, our daily life. Everybody's doing it. We are doing it. This is how it is. So, so we, so therefore I must act on it, whenever emotion comes. This is what is being explained here. Although inside this gross material body, there is a spiritual soul, spirit soul, but we don't realize that there is a subtle material body, mind, intelligence, ego, mind which has so much contamination, which we just spoke of, right? We don't realize that it is not that whatever comes out of me is not real and perfect me. We don't know, we don't contemplate, we don't think about it, we don't know it, we don't realize it. But it could be an imperfect, inferior version of me, and which is masking and pretending to be real perfect me. So we're not able to segregate or realize the difference, how perfect me would have been. Um, this is what material contamination or our body under ignorance tends to believe. So, as Bhagavad Gita explains that under the hood, inside it, this material body, like we are compelled to act under the force of 3 modes of material nature and our prarabdha karma. So we just explained, we know that 3 modes of material nature, um, goodness, passion, and ignorance. So when they're very strong, or we are always, once we take material body, we are always under the influence of these 3 modes of material nature, unless we tend to take to spiritual life and make effort um, to be be in goodness all the time, or try to be in goodness, or act in goodness, and try to gain spiritual knowledge and practice devotion service under the instructions of the spiritual master, what the scriptures explain. And our prarabdha karma is like whatever karma we had accumulated from our past life at the time of taking birth. When we take birth, there is a set of karma which we are bound to experience in this new life. So that's our prarabdha karma, that's our destiny, we say, for our present life. Although there's still a big bag of karma, our prarabdha karma, which if we don't rid ourselves, if we don't achieve perfection, we don't purify us, we don't take to spiritual life, achieve perfection, we will be bound to take birth again, and whatever we had accumulated from this life goes back into that, and from that aprarabdha we get a new we are compelled to take new birth and experience new set of um, prarabdha karma, or set of karma we had accumulated, which we good and bad, which is our piety and sin, we are forced to experience. So that is how it is. So if we take to spiritual life, there is a solution, and we can purify ourselves and achieve perfection. Um, but we have to follow what the guru or the scriptures explain. So here it explains that for all this, devotees don't have to make any extra effort. In this particular shloka, this is what Lord Krishna is explaining to Arjuna. What devotee has to do is simply practice devotional service, and Krishna will remove the darkness. Krishna ignites the light which makes inner world bright and right. By this, we will realize, understand that these material desires are not good for me, and I will not act on it or indulge in it. And instead, I will choose to cultivate spiritual devotional desires. So, some worldly people think that devotees are not intelligent. If you are into preaching, so you might come across, or somebody might be saying this thing, that this is what is believed. Why so and so devotees are like that? Why they are not working, or why they are not behaving or enjoying material life like us? Why they shy away from um, material gratification? But we know that it is a fact that our Goswamis, like Srila Jiva Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatana Goswamis, and many other Goswamis of Vrindavana, and other acharyas like Srila Ramanuja Acharya, Srila Madhvacharya, are extraordinary intelligent personalities. As when we read their instructions or tikas or whatever books or their translation of the scriptures, which is perfect, which makes sense and removes our doubts. So a devotee is supremely intelligent because of this practicing um, of devotion service to Lord Krishna. He is guided by Lord Krishna from within. Prabhu gives a quote. There is a saying that Jai Krishna Bhaje Se Bara Chatur. So here what it means is anyone who does bhajan of Krishna, worships Krishna, he is to be considered intelligent. So in these four verses, Krishna not only demonstrates his supreme position, but he also demonstrates his benevolent disposition, that I do care. If you just want to love me, I care so much so that I will personally intervene. I will give you all the intelligence needed by which you will come back to me. So it's one has to have faith, and one has to have faith in Krishna and whatever Krishna is saying, and surrender to Krishna or his representative. So by demonstrating his love towards devotees, Lord Krishna is ensuring us that don't worry, just follow my instructions, and I will provide you everything. And there are a few other places where Srila Prabhupada in his lectures he is explaining that the more one is purified and the more he wants to know about the Supreme, the more the Lord reveals to him his full knowledge of Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagwan, and this is revealed to the devotees. As one progresses, more and more is revealed. So, and in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.2.6, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada explains that Krishna is so kind and affectionate to his devotees that he helps them by giving them the intelligence by which to exist in how to exist in this material world without forgetting him, even for a moment. Srila Prabhupada explains that yoga means link. Any system of yoga is actually an attempt to reconnect our broken relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So there are different types of yoga. As we know, there is Ashtanga yoga, Hatha yoga, Karma yoga, Dhyana yoga, and all that. Prabhupada says that of all these, Bhakti yoga is the best. In other yoga systems, one must undergo various processes before attaining perfection. So it's like if you are meditating for like 10,000 years, you are in that state, you will experience the results maybe at a very later when you are achieving perfection or when you have achieved perfection. But in Bhakti Yoga, it's direct. There is one-on-one interaction because Krishna is seated inside and you are surrendered to him, and he's as a super soul, he will give direction. As you progress, he will reciprocate. But this is direct. We are, as you say, on the go. So whatever you are practicing, you are proceeding further and further and further, and it's progressive in nature. So you will see the results as you proceed. And so in his book Renunciation Through Wisdom 2.13, Prabhupada says that the impersonalist must understand that the Supreme Lord, acting from within as a super soul, removes all ignorance from the devotee's heart. The dry speculative philosophers should note this point. Prabhupada is emphasizing by using the word tesham, Lord Krishna openly declares that he is always merciful to his surrendered devotees. The reason that the Lord expands himself as a super soul and enters everyone's heart is not to bless the empiric philosophers and yogis, but to bless the devotees from within. Because devotees now have surrendered to the Lord and have faith in him, and as they practice devotional service, this ignorance, this darkness, because of the ignorance, is removed, and there's further clarity. And if one continues to do so, takes next step and continues to do so, further ignorance will be removed, and there will be time when all ignorance will be removed and one will act perfectly. So in his lecture on Bhagavad-gītā 5.3 to 7, Prabhupada is giving an analogy. He's saying that Krishna is just like the sun. If you become Krishna conscious, if you can come in touch with Krishna, then there is no possibility of ignorance. You will learn everything. As they say, darkness and light cannot stay together, right? If the room is all lit up, all bright, there is no darkness. So who can be a greater man of knowledge than Arjuna, right? Because he is directly receiving instructions from Krishna. He's so fortunate. And who can be greater teacher than Krishna? Krishna, we know that Krishna, okay, there is a saying in scriptures, Krishna to Bhagwan Swam. Krishna is Bhagwan. All the saints, all the acharyas, all everybody in the scripture says that Krishna is Bhagwan. So we practice, we understand that Krishna to Bhagwan Swam. Krishna is Bhagwan. All scriptures declare that. So Krishna says that if you are engaged 24 hours in devotional service, then Krishna says that from within he will give all knowledge. So this is a proof and assurance that Bhagavad-gītā, that Bhagavad-gītā we are reading is perfect, because it is the discussion between, or instructions coming from perfect teacher to a perfect disciple. So this is a guarantee. So all we have to have is faith. All we have to do is have faith and just follow the instructions of Bhagavad-gītā and Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, and all the other tikas or instructions coming from our Goswamis of Vrindavana, Goswamis, and our Guru, Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada, and the entire Guru Parampara. It's a bona fide Guru Parampara. So Prabhupada explains in his lecture on Bhagavad-gītā 4.34, he is talking about Chaitya Guru, means the Guru or the spiritual master who is sitting in my heart, Chitta. So hearing and chanting of the qualities of form or name of the Supreme, of the Absolute, means our association with God. So this is direct association in transcendental quality. So we know that there is no difference on the spiritual platform, on the transcendental platform. There is no difference between Krishna, his name, his form, his qualities, etc. And it's all perfect. So this is like direct association. We are hearing the instructions or the leelas or pastimes or form of the name of the Lord as it is. There is no contamination, there is no change, there is no alteration in that. It is being discussed as it is. So as we go on making association with Krishna through this process, then Krishna helps us to understand him more and more. So there is a verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, Shrinvatam Swa Katha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hriday Antastho He Abhadrani Vidunoti Sur Satam. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.17. So Sur Satam, Krishna is sitting within your heart. Krishna is he's acting as your spiritual master, as Chaitya Guru. Chaitya Guru means the Guru or the spiritual master who is sitting in the heart, Chitta. So Shrinvatam Swakataha Krishna. So Krishna comes out as a instructor Guru or initiator Guru. Instructor Guru is Siksha Guru, and initiator Guru is Diksha Guru. And he's sitting, so he comes out as Guru through being a instructor Guru or initiator Guru, and he's sitting within the heart as Chaitya Guru. So Krishna is ready to help us, everyone, in two ways, by the external Guru and internal Guru. Internal Guru, he is Krishna himself as a super soul. Chaitya Guru is seated in the heart and giving instructions. And external Guru, his manifestation, the spiritual master. So both are important. So we should take advantage of both the Gurus, two Gurus, and make our life successful. And this is Krishna consciousness movement. So we just have to follow the instructions of our acharyas, Prabhupada, Shri Guru Maharaj, one has to have a guru, a Diksha Guru, and take his instructions. And of course, there is Chaitya Guru. So Krishna will be pleased if we have a guru in person, a Diksha Guru, and take his instructions. He's emphasizing this in many places in the scriptures, in Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Bhagavad-gītā. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came 500 years back, and he gave the same instructions. It's all recorded in Chaitanya Charitamrita, same instructions as in Bhagavad-gītā. Same emphasis as in Srimad Bhagavatam. And he's emphasizing again the importance of scriptures, association, prasadam, the holy name of the Lord, and association of devotees, and following the instructions of the Guru and the scriptures. And as Srila Prabhupada just explained, this is reading his instructions, hearing his katha as it is, leelas, pastimes, glories, forms. This is direct association with Krishna because it's on a transcendental platform. There is no change, there is no modification. It is being described as it is. So it is without any contamination, without any adulteration, without any modification. It's on the spiritual transcendental platform. So we have to have faith, and this will be beneficial, and Krishna will continue to guide us to perfection. So Hare Krishna Prabhuji Mataji, thanks for joining, for being part of the class. And if anybody has any questions, please let me know before we log off. Hare Krishna.